All right, guys. Well, we got a very, very special guest today on Cruising Through the Week podcast. He is a badass. He lifts, he eats built bars, and he gives you the best news about the Bengals. Everyone, James Rapien, what's up, man?
What's going on? How about that intro? I'll take it for sure. No doubt about it. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing good, man.
Yeah, dude, doing real good. Chiefs always got the best intros. I just let him take it, and it's like, dude, I can't match that energy.
I practice every Tuesday night on my intro.
I can't match your guys' masks, man. I need one. I used to like the show Arrow on the CW, and now I feel like I'm Oliver Queen up in here.
Awesome.
You might have the build of Oliver Queen, man, but you could probably pull it off better than us. Oh man, so yeah, we're just pumped to have you on here, man. If anyone doesn't know James Rapien, you're dumb because if you're listening to the Bengals, you need to follow him. Okay, so it's at James Rapien. And him and his buddy do Locked On Bengals podcast. And definitely, if you listen to this podcast, you should probably listen to that one for sure. So you guys give us the news like 5 days a week. It's the best.
That's right. Yeah, 5 days a week. It's a lot of fun talking Bengals 5 days a week. About 25, 30 minutes a day. That's it's the perfect amount.
Yeah, great. There we go. So let's get into the Built Bar talk. And we recently saw you on the field, and we need to know your workout routine, man.
The first thing I would say is there's not really a routine. It's not like I have a calendar where, Tuesdays biceps, Wednesdays legs, Thursdays whatever. Obviously, the Built Bars are a big part of it. It's so funny how this is kind of taken off. Obviously, it's an endorsement for Locked On Bengals. But I ate Built Bars when I was still covering the Indians and the Cavaliers in Cleveland. That's when I discovered them. And when I came back and started hosting Locked On Bengals again, we picked them up as a sponsor.
Oh,
and it
wow.
was just the most natural thing. It wasn't something I planned or anything like that. And I was like, well, that's easy. I mean, I eat these anyway. So it was a perfect combination. But as far as workouts go, I do it for my mental state as much as anything. Like, give you an example. Today, I didn't work out. I like to work out in the mornings just to kind of get myself going. Usually I wake up, I do some work, and then I, get to a point where I can stop and I go work out. And it just kind of sets up the rest of my day. I didn't get to work out till like 2 today, and I hated it. So mentally, mentally I just need that part of it. So, I do a lot of full body stuff. There'll be leg day or bicep day or chest day. But at the same time, I do a lot of body weight functionality things, pull-ups, push-ups, different things like that. Shotguns on the bench for your abs, different things like that. So it's just as much as it is a physical thing, it's a mental thing for me as well.
Yeah. And that's perfect. I think Govna, he was asking a lot of questions about it because he's getting married soon. So he's trying to get that marriage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I shotgun, but not in a workout sense.
You think you could beat me in shotgunning?
Oh, probably not.
Talking about shotgun and beers, or I don't know.
I was talking about beers. Yeah, I was talking about beers.
All right, so here's the thing about us, dude. We stuck at shotgun and beer. We always try to I can't believe I'm saying our secret on the pod, but we always try to take a little bit more before we actually shotgun because how slow we are.
Oh, come on. There's no way.
Hey, wait,
really?
real quick. I'm more interested in hearing your shotgun technique than your workout technique right now because I need to know, how do you do it, man?
And I'm not great at it. I think I'm good at it. I'm good enough to, challenge you.
Yeah.
But I'm not confident that I would, take all takers, so to speak, take on all takers. But the key is the hole size. If you have this little bitty little thing, it's not going to work. You got to take that key or whatever you're using and give yourself a little room to breathe there. And then, other than that, it's just throw it back. I know some people put it to the side or do different things. I don't necessarily need to do that. In fact, when I've done that, sometimes it takes me longer. So it's really just being competitive. There's not a real technique to it. Make the hole big and be competitive.
Yeah.
I think
Take
we
a
just
note right here. Bigger hole, be more competitive.
There you go. I think we just hang out with guys that are putting it down in like 5 seconds, and it makes us feel inadequate.
So
I mean,
what we're really good at is like bonging beers. Probably
Okay.
combined, we have like probably 7 different beer bongs, like different colors, different themes and stuff.
Yeah.
So, if we ever go to a party, we have like a specific beer bong for that, party. So,
There you go.
yeah, I mean, it's a weird collection, but we like it. And that's why we suck at shotgunning beers. We're like, why don't we just bong it? Because that's what we're good at.
That's fair. That's fair. And you know what? My strategy is the bonging beers because I've bonged my fair share of them.
Yeah.
The same thing. Throw it back and be competitive. I don't have a magical tool for it. I just try to drink it as quick as I can.
I think we need to make shirts with that quote. Throw it back and be competitive. I think. Oh man. So what are some of your favorite beers to drink, man? Because when we asked you to come on here, I promised you whatever beer you want, man. So we wish we could do this in person, but we're all busy. So
Sure. It's been fun to chat with you, and I'm glad we were able to finally make this work. Hefeweizen, most Hefeweizens I go for. So Weinstefiner has a good one that I'll drink regularly. Obviously, there are different Rheingeist beers and Mad Tree beers, local brews like that. Cleveland had a good beer scene. So in a lot of them you can get in Cincinnati and vice versa. Like when I lived in Cleveland, I was still able to drink a lot of my Cincinnati beers. Up there, Great Lakes, is one that a lot of people talk about. And that was kind of a cool spot to drink beer at. So that would be one. But yeah, I mean, Hefeweizen, different wheat beers are usually my go-tos. Blondes. But here's the thing with me, and I don't know if it was the competitive drive when I started drinking a long, long time ago or what it was. I can really drink anything. Like, if someone says, "Oh, try this IPA," I'm like, "Okay, that sounds good." Or, "Oh, try this, sour beer." I'm like, "All right, I'll try that." I can drink one of anything. It doesn't really matter. Now, do I prefer things over the other? Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I try different things all the time. But if I had to pick one style of beer, you're talking about those Belgians and those, those wheats and Hefeweizen, those type of beers.
Yeah. Yeah. Govna, what I guess we never really talked about that. Do you agree with is that your favorite kind of beers too, man?
My favorite kind of beer actually is just good old fashioned light beer, man. I mean, I'm not really into the craft scene.
Yeah. Yeah, just something that we can shotgun.
Something we can drink fast and get drunk.
Yeah. I'm down with that too. That's the thing. If you're an equal opportunity drinker, there's always something for you. And that's what I learned at a very young age.
Yeah, there we go.
At a very young age.
So
young drinking age. I wasn't 4. All right. I got up to 8 or 9, and then I started to learn it.
There we go. Oh man. So what yeah, so I'm probably same with Govna. I actually and kind of same with you, James. I will drink anything. I'm not going to back down if I have a free drink or anything. But nowadays, I see you drinking. I think I don't know what you're drinking, but I like the White Claws, High Noons. I like seltzers a lot, and then obviously beer. I got a Samuel Adams here too. Oktoberfest. Those are pretty good. So so yeah, man. We sorry, go ahead.
I like the Sam Adams Summer Ale too. It's still summer, so I'm on board with those for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You don't jump into the pumpkin spice trend this early.
No, I don't get that, and I'm not a coffee drinker either, so I really don't get the pumpkin spice. I like pumpkin pie, but it kind of ends there. By the way, I saw a pumpkin spice seltzer that I think Bud Light makes.
I saw it. I saw a banner for that, or a billboard.
I don't know about that one. I guess I would try it. Yeah, but
yeah.
My wife is probably all about that. She's probably out there getting them now. She's all about that fucking spice. Oh, yeah. So, with your Built Bar program, James, do you think you could, out of 10 reps, if I was just sitting there with holding a beer, or Govna was sitting here holding a beer, do you think you could get past maybe one of the second string right tackles or left tackles if you were playing edge? And if you had 7 seconds to knock my beer out of my hand.
7 seconds?
Yeah.
No.
Because you're the best, man. I mean, I feel like you're like a little Darius Hodge right now, dude.
That's yeah, a little Darius. Yeah, I don't think so. Like even Bobby Hart, I think will put me on my ass.
Really? Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's just they're different levels now. If it was going up against like a former lineman that did it 10 years ago or 15 years ago or something like that, or or maybe they just fizzled out in the NFL at a young age and they're like 30, well then maybe I could get around them.
Yeah.
But no, I think unfortunately, no matter how many Built Bars I eat, it's not going to work out.
Oh man, good. I wanted to ask you that question because I think you could to someone maybe guarding me, but maybe not an NFL lineman.
Yeah, I would like my chances more of getting open out of the backfield or something like that, because then I could rely on speed and quickness, and I still don't like my chances, but I'm more comfortable there than as an edge rusher.
Yeah.
Humble, I like it.
Yeah. We'll transition into the Bengals. I think we have a couple questions for you, Govna, if you want to kind of start that off there.
Yeah, so you interview a lot of Bengals players, and I just was kind of wondering who are some of the favorite players that you've had on your interviews.
Oh, Tyler Boyd, certainly one. I love talking to Tyler. He's honest with you. Even in my first stint in Cincinnati, him and I really, I think because we're around the same age, he's younger than me, but I was breaking into the business then, and he was a rookie, and it was one of those things where I think we both understood that and took a liking to each other that way. So he's someone that certainly stands out, and I was bullish on him from his rookie year on, and he had some early struggles those first couple of years. So I'm ecstatic that he's become this player that I knew he could become, and I think the Bengals knew he could become, and that's why they drafted him in the second round. So that would be one. CJ Uzama's another one, and I think he's just put his personality completely out there now, and he's always been comfortable with himself and funny and always brought a great personality. But I think now at this stage of his career, he's just kind of like, man, let's show the world, who CJ Uzama is. And he's just such a fun dude, really cool dude. Not that I've hung out with him, but you could tell if you hung out with him, you'd enjoy yourself. So those are the two on this current roster that stand out the most. And unfortunately, like the Joe Burrows of the world, I've talked to him in person now. I think it's 3 times because of COVID. So there hasn't been one-on-one talks or anything like that. And his first year was all Zoom. So a lot of these young guys, you haven't been able to get to know like that yet, just because of everything that's gone on. So that part is kind of tough because I can't say any of these new guys. I can't say Jamar Chase. I can't say T. Higgins. You can't use, some of the guys that are some of the fan favorites now in this locker room, or even any of the new free agent additions over the past couple of years. So I think we'll get there. I just have to exclude a lot of the roster, unfortunately, because of it.
Yeah. So what kind of shots do you think CJ Uzama is going to buy Joey B when we win a Super Bowl?
Oh, man. I think they would start out with something light, right? A little cherry bomb or something like that. And then it's just going to go, actually, you know what? No, Uzama's probably going with like tequila Uzama's probably going with like tequila, and Burrow will give him a little shrug. I bet Burrow, especially celebrating like that, if I had to guess, he's probably an equal opportunity drinker as well in that situation. Not all the time, because he's on that Built Bar plan too. He's in great shape. But if he's celebrating a Super Bowl, I think tequila would be the start.
Yes.
And then I think they'd go maybe a 4 was a 4 horsemen, 3 wise men. I mean, I think they'd get a little. Oh yeah. I think they'd get a little crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, what do you think, Govna? What are they going to be drinking if they win a Super Bowl? You think we take a lot of fireball shots on here, but I think they're get a little more fancier than that.
I was gonna say they'd be way classier than Fireball, man. Probably a lot of like you said, tequila, some Espolón.
Yeah. Yep.
Actually, I guarantee they're doing body shots.
Somewhere I can see CJ doing that.
Oh man!
And then definitely Burrow smoking a cigar. That's definitely would cap the night or start the night or both.
Yeah, and honestly, bourbon obviously goes well with cigar. So maybe it is just a classy, maybe you see Burrow in the suit, and it's not the Tom Brady getting off the boat all rocky. He's just hanging out in his suit and tie with bourbon and a cigar. A little classier than me.
Yeah, yeah,
just a little bit classier.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, I know we got a little bit more time with you. We got a couple more questions. Thanks so much for your time.
Sure.
I know you're busy, but so what do you think about this Billy Price and BJ trade that went on today?
I like it for the Bengals because I think BJ Hill is going to come in and contribute right away and really bolster the interior of that defensive line. 3-tech was a spot, especially backup 3-tech. I was wondering if they were going to address it. And a guy like Hill, who should be about to enter his prime, 1 year left on his rookie deal, he's going to give you some 5-tech, a little 3-tech behind there, Ogunjobi, and be kind of a starter for you. You know, he's going to play a decent amount. And so if you get that plus a conditional 7th-round pick for Billy Price, a guy who had no future in Cincinnati, while he was I think a solid backup center, he's exactly that, a backup. And you filled a position of need, even if it is just for 1 year, with a guy who's better than the guy you sent to New York. So I think they had multiple teams in on Price and got a deal that they liked a lot. And look, I think the Bengals defense is better than they were to start today. And I don't think the offense took that much more of a step back because to me, they can go out and find a center right now that's better than Billy Price or more proven than Billy Price to be Trey Hopkins' backup. Everyone assumes it's going to be Trey Hill, the rookie center from Georgia. I don't necessarily think that. I think he's still potentially on the outside looking in roster-wise, and that means that they could be looking at Austin Ryder, who they had in for a visit late last month, or someone like that. I think medicals might be the issue with Ryder, but maybe he's fully healthy now, and if so, maybe you go back down that road and try to sign him.
Yeah, I would love Ryder and Reader Ryder. I don't know how to say his last name. Him at center, then going back to Hop, maybe as a right guard. I always said that, but I don't know about the medical concerns.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what it is. I just know he's visited about 4 teams. And no one signed him. And if you look at his numbers from last year, he should be signed. So I think there's something he's just got to let heal, whether it's a knee or an ankle, something like that.
Yeah, for sure. Gov, did you?
Yeah, I just had one more question on my end. I wanted to know, do you feel a culture shift since Elizabeth Blackburn has been taking on a bigger role?
Yeah, I think so. I think that what she's done is she's given fans a sense of, oh, yeah, we do care about you. And that has been for most of my life, and Elizabeth and I are around the same age, that's been such a hotly debated topic in Cincinnati. Does Mike Brown care about you? And the Bengals do have to somehow find a way to get out of that. Now, obviously, winning is part of it, but part of it is showing fans that you care, giving them a ring of honor to celebrate the past and doing fun events and things like that. Like, that stuff matters. And I think there's a big difference in this city between the Reds and the Bengals, not because the Reds are this juggernaut, because they're not. I actually think that the Bengals have done more of the right things over the past couple of years, I think, than the Reds.
Yeah.
And they certainly did when they went to 5 straight playoffs. And, much like the Reds, it fizzled out. But the biggest difference is the Reds, up until this year when they cut the bullpen and all this stuff, they've showed that they care. And they put their arms around the fans, around their history. They embrace all that. They have the Hall of Fame. They have the museum. They have bobbleheads and stuff like that. And look, the GM isn't making those decisions. But if you show fans love, even if you aren't necessarily winning, it gives you a little more equity. Yeah. A couple World Series titles, more than a couple. World Series titles certainly matter too. I'm not old enough to remember any of them. So I don't honestly care about that. But I think that's a big difference. And so culture-wise, as far as the teams run, no. But I think what Elizabeth Blackburn has done is starting to show fans that, yeah, the Bengals do care about you as a fan. They want to embrace you. They want to show you they care. And I think she started that part of it. So that's where she deserves credit for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't have answered that better. That was, exactly. I feel you on that one, man. So one more question, and then we'll let you go, James. When do you think it doesn't make sense to me that this deal hasn't happened? When do you think that the Jesse Bates deal will happen, or like what's going on? Do you think Jesse's like mad at? Does he get mad at like the coaches that this happens? Like, because obviously the coaches should want to keep him. It's just, or do you think he's mad at the organization, or do you think he's mad at all? Like, I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't know if he's mad. I think he's probably frustrated because the Bengals came in and gave him an offer that was nowhere near what he was expecting. And to me, the reason it needs to get done is pretty simple. The Bengals were awful at drafting from really 2014, certainly 2015 through 2018. And just, I mean, none of those guys, first rounders, are here anymore. Cedric Ogbuehi, Billy Price, we just talked about, John Ross. It's just bad, bad, bad. The one hit was William Jackson III, and he didn't even sign a second deal here. And I'm specifically talking about first round picks.
Yeah.
But then you get this Jesse Bates kid, and he's a second rounder, and he seems to be a huge part of your future. And guys like T. Higgins and Joe Burrow and all these youngsters, Jonah Williams, that are looking at Bates and they're like, man, Bates has done everything right. He's stayed healthy, he's improved, and now he's one of the best safeties in the league. And they're trying to negotiate with him, even though he's done everything right. I think it sets a bad precedent. So that's why if I'm the Bengals, just get it done. That doesn't mean you give Bates a blank check. But what's the harm in giving him Jamal Adams' deal? 4 years, $70 million.
Yeah.
And I think the hang-up might not be that. It might not be the $70 million over 4. It might be guaranteed dollars. And the Bengals don't give out big guaranteed money. I mean, their two highest paid players from a guaranteed dollar standpoint are their draft picks from the past couple of years. Jamar Chase this past year around $30 million, and then Joe Burrow $36 million because they're the first and fifth picks, right?
Wow.
Outside of that, DJ Reader's their highest as far as guaranteed dollars goes, and he's right around $20 million. Yeah. So if Adams is getting $30+ million guaranteed, and you're Jesse Bates, and you're 24, and you're younger than Joe Burrow, why would you not say, hey, I want $30+ million guaranteed? And I just don't know if the Bengals are going to be willing to do that. So could a deal still get done? I think so. But I think there's a real possibility that it doesn't get done, and the Bengals go into this year without signing him to an extension. And if that's the case and he plays well, even if he doesn't play well, I think the franchise tag is very much in play next offseason.
Yeah. Yeah, I was afraid to hear that just because I want to get it done. I am guessing that the deal will get done September 1st or 2nd. And if it does, I'll get
if it does, you have to shotgun a beer.
Yeah, for sure. If it does, we'll all shotgun some beers. So
there you go.
Yeah. Well, we'll get you off here. Governor, did you have any other questions or anything for James, man?
No, man. Other than just thanks for getting on here with us. It's been great.
Yeah, man. You're awesome. We love the show. I mean, obviously you got us on the Built Bars, you and Jake there. So we'll take your plan. We'll get you some beers. Hopefully we can run into you so we can actually give you the beers. So
you guys don't have to give me beers, but next time I'm on, and there could be a next time. We'll do the drinking game. I'll hang around long enough for that. So
hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll let you off here, man. We appreciate you. Have a good night.
Yep. Of course. You too. Thanks for having me, guys.